We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. In the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here with some of the greatest minds in battle rap history. I'm gonna start off by introducing our new guest to the platform, Reese from Glorified Fans. Reese, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. Long time coming.
Appreciate
You
you.
know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir. Be inspired by
Appreciate you.
everything your platform is doing. You got great interviews with Chilla, Tay Rock. Y'all got a hell of a catalog over there. So salute to Glorified Fans.
Appreciate you.
Um, we also got Cheo in the building, the greatest analyst battle rap has ever seen. Cheo, how you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling great, feeling wonderful. You know what I mean? We the fans. Excited to talk some battle rap, man.
All right, appreciate you being here. And of course, we can't forget the greatest mind to ever speak on battle rap, Jay Smo Reviews. How you feeling today, Jay Smo?
No, what's going on with y'all, man? Glad as always, chop it up.
Okay, we finally reached the moment where battle rap has booked a battle that everybody wants to see. Eazy the Block Captain versus Kyd Slade. It is finally happening. October 10th in New York City. Get your tickets. Pull up. I'm gonna be in the building. I hope everybody here is gonna be in the building as well. So let's start right there. We're gonna discuss location. I'm gonna start with Schmo. Schmo, is New York City a good location for this battle? Is it fair playing grounds?
Oh, I don't think it's good. I think it's the best location for the battle. I don't think there's anywhere else actually in the United States of America I want to see Kyd Slade an easy battle at, just because it's the biggest big match field. Middle of New York, all of the legends that we love were kind of like molded in that fire. No matter the region, they made their way there. Like, it used to be the absolute mecca. It's been a little bit of time since it held that same level of consistent importance because there's just not many events out there. But I love this match there. I'm happy it's not happening in Philly. It'd be good in Philly, but I do like when the trenches / chrome, whatever you want to call it, kind of like branches out. And their other big stage New York event was very, very good. Like, Hitman and Eazy had that real prize fighter big match feel. And I don't know if it'll be that big. There's not a Hitman in this, but like, this is the biggest battle so far in 2026. So what better place than the Big Apple?
Okay, Cheo, how you feel about it being in New York?
Shmo pretty much said everything that I would have said, so there's not really what I add to that. But I will want to say as I open up is pause if necessary. Um, Salute to you, Frank. I just want to give you a round of applause. I would clap, but um, salute to you for making this matchup happen. This is a matchup that I know I personally been waiting for years, and it looked like it was on the rocks. And shout out to Screwface Jean. There's so many people outside or what we consider outside the culture that are intrigued and in tune with the culture to at least some point. So good to see somebody who got some pull and got some capital that can help make this battle happen. But especially though, a real sincere kudos to you because I know it's hard getting these Eagles in line and getting all the logistics worked out. And but this is what we need you for. We need you to be a voice of the fans. So no gas, no extra, but I really do appreciate you.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that. And big salute to Screwface Jadon, who really put everything in motion by taking care of the front end. I just jumped in and agreed to help at the back end of the battle once I heard that he had put his money where his mouth is. So big salute to him and his platform. Reese, how are we feeling about New York City?
I share some of the same sentiments as these two brothers. I feel like New York is middle ground for both of them. To be honest with you, I feel like it's perfect. It's right in the middle of Philly. Well, distance wise, probably an hour away for Easy, hour away for Kid Slade. So I feel like it's like perfect middle ground for both of them.
Okay, okay.
And,
So we
and,
all in
and ironically, not to cut you with Frank,
no, go ahead.
and ironically, I mean they both live in New York now. So you
Oh,
know,
okay.
you know what I mean. So they both like you know what I
Right.
mean. So no flights needed, and it's just like all right. So
Hmm.
I'm sure they're gonna have their people in the building.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. I saw a blogger say that most of Connecticut was coming out to support Slade, so that's going to be dope. And I do think it's the best place it could be for each of them to have a fighting chance. Even though it's on trenches and it gives Easy a little bit of a leverage, being in New York City is perfect. And that's a place where both their material is going to resonate. So it's going to be a fight for real. So we go right to star power. I'm gonna start with J Smo. J Smo's star power. Who's got the better star power, and does Slade have enough star power to battle Easy?
I feel like that last line is crazy. Does he have enough star power to battle? Star power don't really determine. I mean, whatever. But Easy clearly has more star power. He's a more just like he's a more cemented star. He's the person that's going to be completely familiar to everyone in that building. While for some people, it could be their first time seeing Slade live. It might be their sixth time seeing Easy live. I mean, he's touched every, and we'll talk about this in other aspects, but he's touched the big stage far more times. Granted, the one time Slade went crazy on a big stage, he did have star power versus Stumbles. Like, and that was a moment where you felt like something kind of special is happening here. Like you could feel people rooting for him and becoming fans in the moment. So it's a matter of him getting there. I think Slade, we all know what Slade had as a talent. He should have been top tier a while ago. I feel like, his career's just taking some pivots. But if we're ranking on who has more of it, it has to be Easy, objectively.
Okay, Cheo, how you feeling?
I mean, his loaded question is, I mean, we can see where Frank's alliances are. I mean, obviously, Easy is the biggest star. He's the star power. Does Kyd Slade have enough of the it factor to pressure Easy? I think he does have enough of the it factor, but I mean, he's definitely the B side, and he's definitely not the biggest star of this battle or in the culture, um, or outside the culture, respectfully. So, but I think that he does have the it factor and the charisma. I guess we'll get into it more. Well, I guess I get into it now. There are times when Slade, it's not often, but there are times when Slade kind of shrinks in pause if necessary. But I'm talking about sometimes he gets in battles and it don't feel like like a lot of his battles. I think that people would say he lost. He kind of like shrunk in the moment, like against Twerk and um, even some of his more recent battles with Av and Swamp that are debatable. Um, he shines best when he comes across with his it factor, with his star power, with his aura. When he's real confident, you can see it. When he's out there, I just watched him in Stumbles actually twice recently because I watched him with some people and I watched it on my own. And he was just, you could tell he was feeling himself by the time the third round came. He was just, and that translates. For everybody doesn't translate, it translates for him. So I hope he is able to maintain his confidence in this battle. Look that if he doesn't, it could be a long night for him.
Reese, what we doing? Star power.
I do believe, Easy, of course, has more star power than Slade, but I don't think Easy has the star power of a Twerk or a Sue Surf where it would overwhelm Kyd Slade. So I definitely feel like, Kyd Slade's definitely in this battle, and I don't think star power would necessarily play a part in the outcome. Like Keo said, Kyd Slade definitely has, shows flashes of having the it factor. So I definitely think that'll play a part here. So, I don't think Easy will necessarily overwhelm Slade with star power.
That's interesting. Y'all say that. Here's why I think he does. I watched Slade versus Swamp, and I think Swamp cleared Slade, which I was not expecting at all. I thought Swamp's performance was dominant, and Swamp is not like an extremely like intricate writer. Swamp has heavy charisma, and he has great conviction in his raps, where you believe what he's saying. And if we're gonna keep it a bean, Easy has that to another level, which we saw when he battled Swamp himself. So to me, I think this is where Slade has to turn up the star power. We got to get that Slade that was battling against Stumbles, with the what you gonna do when you call your moms and we pick up. We need a lot of that because I agree with Cheo. Sometimes Slade shrinks from the moment. It was nasty when he battled Rum Nitty. I remember that battle. Nitty, man, he was at home. Of course, we got to count that, but it was nasty. And then an even nastier loss was to New Jersey Twerk in that small room. Twerk ooze charisma
Yeah.
and heavy haymakers. Twerk bombed on Slade for what seemed like an unbearable 3 rounds. But I believe in Slade. I think Slade is incredibly talented. I think he was poised to be the next superstar, and it was a little bit of derailing, but he has it in him. He just has to believe he has it in him, and he has to go into this battle really feeling like the man and rapping like the man and being fully confident, because any signs of hesitation, or especially in New York City, y'all know how New York get. New York is
Mhm.
very tough on you. They will hesitate to give you love unless you're undeniably good. So he's got to go in there supremely confident, and he's got to go in there talking down on Eazy. And frankly, he's got to make Eazy feel uncomfortable a little bit. Like, his confidence and charisma got to be through the roof to the point where Eazy feels a little bit uncomfortable. Because if you give Eazy even a little bit of room, Easy's going to find a way to dominate the battle like he did against Av. I think both Slade and Av rap or punch better than Eazy. But one of the great things with Slade is his rapping ability mixed with his star power. I think he's got to combine that to the highest level. But anyway, we'll get into that later. But star power wise, I think Eazy has the upper hand very clearly here. Punching power. Oh,
Real
go ahead,
quick, I
Jay.
know. Yeah, I just sometimes I want to respond to what y'all say. You
Go ahead.
know,
Mhm.
and I like how you know, that was, obviously you remixed what I said. So I mean, repackaged what I said. So
That's
I
what I
definitely
do.
agree with you 100%. But I wanted to say, to be clear, and I initially I would say the same thing Reese said, and make sure y'all check out Glorified Podcast on YouTube. Make sure y'all like and subscribe on their videos, and
Appreciate
make sure you
that.
like and subscribe this video. But initially I would have said that, but I really think, and I hate to use my battle rap analyst powers like this, but I really hope this doesn't happen. But I do believe if it can get out of hand. You ever watch a basketball game where they start going on a run and the league gets out of hand? Like
Mm-hmm.
if Slade loses his if he does that shrinking of his aura that I've seen in battles, like the Swamp battle, like the Rum Nitty battle. Not I didn't, even like the Twerk battle, like you said, and it's a few others that way. I think where it got close because it's a big part of what makes Kyd Slade go. Kyd Slade's a phenomenal rapper, but I think
Mm-hmm.
you're right that star power is and not that confidence. If he
Mm-hmm.
loses it, if he stumbles on a word, or if the crowd's going crazy for Easy and they're not rocking with his first few bars in his next round, I can see it can get away from him. This battle can get away from him very quick. So I mean, he definitely gonna have to keep that confidence and that it factor going. I think he's got it going into the battle. I really do. He's
Mm-hmm.
painting the narrative. He's spinning the narrative, painting the picture that Easy's not a cool kid trying to front like he's a cool kid, and that he's an authentic, at the cool table guy. If he keeps that up, this shouldn't be a factor. But if he doesn't for whatever reason, I feel like it can get away from him quick, and this could end up being a bad battle for him.
Agreed. And he can't be rattled at all. No matter what Eazy said, he's
Mhm.
got to look completely unfazed by anything Eazy says or does, which is very difficult because Eazy will get all in your mitt and talk crazy. So, okay, the next category is punching power. I'm going to see if J Smo's going to keep it a bean about this. Punching power, J Smo. Who's got it? Eazy or Slade?
I'll take it one step further because I'm right now. I think Slade has better punching power.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Slade, and maybe there'll be a category for this where we'll talk more. I think Slade has a better pen than Eazy the Block Captain. If I had to look
Let's
at the
go.
pen role,
Let's go.
that's something that I would edge the Kyd Slade's way. And I think that a lot of that, if we compare their whole career, I mean, Easy's got a historic, trophy case of, haymakers and punches. But we're talking right at this moment, 2026, even to 2025. I feel like that's the biggest thing that stepped up about Slade's game is constant quotables. I don't know, his Av battle got mentioned as something he might have come up short or something. I got that as the best battle of this year, or at least my favorite battle this year. And what do you tell Av? He told Av, zipper on Av, it looks like a railroad crossing. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Everything he said to T Top for 3 rounds, which he's mixing in with the rapping ability, which his rapping ability is good because it's multis. He's his complex rhyme schemes. That's all pen. Stacking your syllables to the point that they sound that smooth with that many rhyming components is as hard as coming up with the most creative punchline concept. It's two different
Mm-hmm.
forms of great writing, and he does both of them at a high level. I think Eazy is a very good rapper in his own right. I think Eazy is a underrated and a good puncher in his own right. But I think when you look at the base of what makes it Eazy style special, it's about the directness, the tailoredness, the angles. when I look at what makes Slade special, he really doesn't angle his opponent. He just raps really fucking good and says some really quotable shit. So for me, punching ability, I'm not going to act like it's by a country mile, but I'm like confident that Slade will have the advantage in this battle if it comes down to like going just bar for bar. So
Agreed. I'm gonna switch up the. Go ahead, Reese. Talk to me about punching power.
I agree with Smo. I actually think Slade does have a better pin than Easy as well, and his haymakers just land just hit way harder than Easy. To be all the way honest with you, I really don't have too many super quotables from Easy as as he once did have in the past. You you was getting one every battle, like lines of the year type quotables from Easy when he was on URL, but I haven't seen that star power like since. I hate to do this,
Nah,
but
do it. We here.
I haven't really rewatched too many Easy battles since the Hitman battle. They kind of come and
Since
go.
the
I watch
cinnamon,
Easy
since the cinnamon
since
bar.
the Cinnamon Bar. I think
Oh.
that's
I mean, of course, you're gonna watch the Easy battle because it's easy to block at the end of the day. But it's kind of like I watch it one time, and then maybe again just to get a clear winner. But I'm not really watching it as far as entertainment factor like I
Mm.
used to.
Damn.
Reese, has Easy been on Glorified Podcast?
Nah.
We're gonna need that, Easy. Regardless of what Reese is saying right now, we need that. We need you to pull out the clip
Nah,
for
I'm
us.
Right.
joking. I'm
Go ahead,
joking. I'm
chill.
joking. I guess I'm the oddball on this. I already know how you feel, Frank, but I don't have Slade being the better puncher. Um, I do love that ass battle, and he said a lot of. I'm old, so I can't remember things verbatim, so I don't even try. But I did watch it recently, and I was like, I like this first round. I like this third round. I went crazy in a second. Great battle, and he had a lot of quotables in there. There's no traffic. There's railroad crossing. He had the caterpillar. Although I didn't really like the. Let me tell you something. Easy was a little nasty making that trailer. I feel he kind of sabotaged Slade with that trailer, but that's another story. He could have picked a way.
Nah,
He
we
could have
here.
picked something.
Talk about it.
He could have picked some. He could have picked a better quotable for when you think you slick. But seriously, I don't have Slade being a better puncher. I find it closer to even, but just for the debate's sake, if I had to pick, and I'm taking the totality of their careers, I feel like Easy is the heavier puncher. Easy has some like all-time great punches, like something that we don't even talk about, like the intake sheets versus chess in the third round. It's crazy. Even
How long?
even the right. Go ahead.
How
Go
long
ahead.
ago were those?
No, that's a fair point, but
Okay.
I'm just taking the totality of the. I'm taking the totality of the because some of my favorite Kyd Slade lines is from the more skew more towards the beginning of his career.
Okay.
Not saying he doesn't have any now, because I just said I like the ab battle and stuff. But I'm saying some of his craziest lines skew more towards the beginning, and they both can punch. Let's be very clear of what I'm saying. But I'm not of the mind that like Easy. I know there's been a thing recently where Easy's just like this bad writer, and I'm like, I don't know when that happened or when that's
Yeah, I wouldn't
become
go
like
that
a.
far.
But it's a thing that you hear a lot, like, and I'm just like, Easy's pin is. It's a tough pin to get past. It's very tough. So for punching ability, if I had to bet on who's gonna have like a quotable of the battle or like the line of the night, I would imagine it's gonna be Easy. Now again, I'm not saying Kyd Slade can't punch. I'm not saying he don't have dope punches. I'm just saying it's not. I don't think it's as clear as like. I think the clearest thing, not to skip around, is like his rapping ability, his actual ability to rap. I know we got some categories to go over, and I know flow's not one of them, and I love flow, but I didn't want to bring it up. But I think he has more flows, which I appreciate, and I think he just got a better rapping ability than Easy. But we're talking about two very good, very very good, if not great battlers, or I would say great battlers. So I'm splitting hairs, but when it comes to punching, Easy punches is not, people don't take trips. Trips take people. Like that. Like I was like, oh,
I like that one.
yeah, that was he. You gotta really, if Easy punches, he punches and he sells all his bars. So when you punch hard and you sell them, this is how you get to become top tier, because he can get mediocre bars by, and the ones that hit really hit. So we'll see who outpunches who, but I'm willing to bet that Eazy is gonna have the bar tonight. Or the
I'm gonna
bar of
tell
the
you
battle.
this. I'm gonna tell you this. Kyd Slade is a far better puncher than Eazy the Block Captain. I got Slade by miles,
Yep.
miles.
Hmm.
Just going to his first round for Av, turn Dayton to Daytona with a 500 and spin on Av, teach you to walk and talk. I put you on factory settings, ODing on fentanyl, trying to turn good dog to a rabid killer. I even press pills for manic depressive, suppressor in front of the Mac, sound like Elmo coughing, put a zipper in the middle of Av, look like a railroad crossing.
Mm.
It don't really went down overnight like an air mattress. Headshot, we leave Av wide open, no traffic. Yo, Slade is a monster with the punching, and it's back to back to back. And the thing I love about Slade is it's extremely smooth. The flow, as you mentioned, Cheo. Slade is one of those people who, when he rap, you want to hear more when he's done rapping. And the biggest trick that he played on Av, in my opinion, to win that battle against Av, Kyd Slade had a crazy first, then he shortened his second and had an incredibly long third round. And I think that's what won him the battle. He's gonna have to play those type of games with Eazy as well, because Eazy was rapping for quite a long time against Av. Nobody highlighted that. Those are very long rounds from Eazy. Eazy has great quotables. The bar, the flag, Confederate flag bar. I talk to myself if I need a friend. I don't trust none of you niggas. The rebound off the glass with Hitman Holla. He has a lot of memorable.
Oh my God, he got so
He
much.
has a lot of crazy bars, but the thing with Eazy, it's very good word association. It's strong word association. It's not structured like the conventional punch. When you're doing that against, so when you do that with Eazy, it's like there'll be a lot of bars, and then boom, that's a really good one. A lot of bars, boom, that's a really good one. With Slade, it's the entire structure
Hmm.
of the raps. It's fire, fire,
Yeah, but
fire,
what you're
fire.
overlooking is the strength of those punches is crazy. Some of those punches you named is like, like the impact of the punches. And the thing is that I'm not saying Slade don't have impactful punches. Slade definitely has impactful punches. I'm just saying, if to keep the analogy going, I think Eazy hits harder.
Man, I'm telling you this right now, Slade is rapping better. Black tape around a white brick look like a Klondike. Yo, Eazy don't be talking like that.
And here's the thing though, and it's tough because we're talking just punching, but obviously Eazy, especially the more his careers went on, is so far from being punch heavy. Like his superpower is within the way he breaks down his opponent. It always has been, but now
Always,
more than
man.
ever,
A
like
hundred percent.
he beat Ab with angles. He beat the dog
Yes.
shit out of Will with angles. Gave him one of the worst losses of his
Yes. Oh,
career.
Will was
He
nasty.
put them all up in the second round of the battle. And even in battles where people have on the losing side, John John's debatable, but like I know a lot of us got John winning. And
I
obviously
had
he
to
lost to Suge, but I thought Easy's got his second verse Suge is extremely
fire,
searchable.
fire,
Absolutely pushing
fire,
that and won the second, in my opinion.
fire.
Even versus John, he is a second like that. And that's, Slade doesn't have that in his bag. So when we talk angling, like it's not as simple as Slade has better wordplay and we might like his flow better because this is going to be a battle of angles. They have shit to talk about, and it's more on Slade to be tailored than it is on Eazy to be a punch heavy rapper in a grudge match. Like, so I
I
don't want to
don't know.
overstate what
I
punching
don't know.
matters.
I don't know because T Top had angles and it fell flat.
Versus who?
It
Hmm.
didn't work in that against Slade.
But
I,
this is a grudge match they built up on a New York big stage. This ain't just on the fucking app versus T Top because we booked this 3 weeks ago. Like all due respect, he was
shout
amazing.
out to the app.
He was amazing. I love that battle and I love the app.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
a different field. You're gonna have to talk to him about him because you've been talking too crazy out here. Then I have some
Mhm.
tailored raps about this man. So I think it's gonna be an angle heavy battle, and I think that's why the punching. I don't want to overstate what that means, even though I still give it
Okay.
to Slade.
Okay, so we all in agreement. Slade is that puncher, except for Chael. Salute to Chael. Now we get to the drug talk. Now, I want to preface this by saying I've never sold a drug in my life. I don't know shit about drug dealing, but I do love how it sounds when battlers rap. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is where it gets sticky because Eazy made a list of drug talk. Who's the best drug talk? And, it was a controversial list, but I'm going to let y'all talk about it while I look for that list. So I'm going to start with Cheo. Cheo, talk to the people. Drug talk. Who wins that?
Again, two masters at the craft. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to see who really talks the talk in front of each other. But again, I'm gonna go with Easy, and I love Slade. I told this to Slade on Cap's platform last year sometime. It's not that Slade don't have them. Slade definitely got them, but he's got them, got them. He got haymakers with him. Now the criticism is, and I'm gonna cut this off at the pass. A lot of easy drug bars ain't realistically make sense, and why would you put a Confederate flag and Listen, I don't listen. I'm from an era where we went crazy for reload with the bullets that came out of them. It's okay. It's artistic license. Like I'm not trying to get,
That's
the
funny.
wire. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get, you know, um, Snowfall. I don't know if that was the right. I'm trying to think of something that's less realistic. But yeah, you can say Snowfall. But like at the end of the day, it's like I'm not here to. I'm here to be entertained with artistic creativity. If I'm following it, I know Lou Top Floor Lou. Shout out Top Floor Lou. Make sure y'all subscribe to Top Floor TV. I know if y'all he likes to criticize the Frank Lucas. We flushed the blue magic down the toilet. Thought it was toilet cleaner. I get it that the actual thing is in blue magic isn't blue, but we get the association with toilet cleaner. Like I'm not getting that crazy. If it's fire, it's fire. And I don't care what nobody say. If God can walk on water, so can I. Is probably my favorite drug bar all time.
Crazy.
And it's not even just the punch; it's the setup of it. It's the whole actual the way you could say that bar a million ways. That's more regular, more pedestrian. But to set it up and actually word it that way, I thought that was like amazing to me. So with all that being said, not even getting into the hitman battle with the double doubles and all that, like I think that this is what we really here for. I'm really hoping this battle was not a bunch of angles and angles and angles and you ratted and Remy Ma and Pat Poo. I'm hoping we just get to a lot more bars. I know there's gonna be some angles. I just hope it's not overly angly. And I hope that we just really see who rap better and who talk better. But I got Easy with the drug bars.
Okay. Reese, where we at?
I think it's super close here. Like I don't think it's really a wrong answer. Both of these fellas are masters at the craft. Easy got the body at the body. The coke start shape shifting, and
Crazy,
Slade
crazy.
got the. You ever get an email from Enterprise saying the door panels was loose? Like I feel like you can't go wrong either one. But
Mm.
over a totality of their career, I probably give it to Easy. Slight edge, but I don't think it's a wrong answer here. I think I'll agree with KO too. I'm going Easy.
Okay, okay. So, Schmo, you spoke on the drugs already?
Nah, but I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's damn
I know
near.
you sold some drugs in your life, so floor's yours.
Yeah, we wasn't selling, we was never mom. But you know what I'm saying. But regardless, I think I got it. I think it's damn near dead even for real. But if
Okay.
Mm,
I edge someone, I would give it to Easy off of pedigree because he has so much more. And maybe you could
Mhm.
argue that's kind of what someone could argue for punching ability. Like I think KO, where it's like he has all time quotables. He has all time drug bars that we could quote just more than we can of Slade. Everything with Slade is in the more. It's like a second prime in a sense, even though he never completed the first one, like the second chance. Like if we're really fans, we know his shit, but he hasn't done it on the biggest stages over and over and perfected it in any moment possible. So where it's like you really are just picking your preference between the two because it's such a base of like their styles. But if I had to give it to someone, I would edge it easy a little bit. But that's why a battle like this exists. If Slade really is better at talking that shit, I think there's going to be tons of sectors of this battle where they're both talking that shit. So if Slade really wants to prove that that's like he's better than it, then that's what he's going to do. But one thing I want to say, Easy, that whole insert drug bar here, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was terrible. I don't know what that was.
Like I'm
Maybe it
not.
was to balance out battling the puncher. You know what I mean? He wanted to clarify here are the punches, here's the drug part.
I don't even
Please
understand why.
Oh,
don't do
okay.
that. I beg.
Okay, my bad. My bad.
That's all I ask. No, but we'll see.
Okay, so here's the list. The list for the drug bar best drug bar talkers in battle rap, no order, according to Eazy the Block Captain. No order. He said Eazy, Rex, Swamp, Slade, T-Top, Calico. He's actually battled everyone on this list except Slade. So this is very, very interesting. I think Slade talks that shit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Slade early on in his URL career, he had a crow feet. The
Crow's feet.
work was, oh my God.
Mm.
Oh my God. I don't know, man. I think that Eazy makes you believe that he sold drugs before, but I think Slade paints a better picture in terms of imagery
Can
of
agree with
drug
that.
bars. You know what I'm saying? So where it's like he sets it up so much, the references. What he say? He said, yeah, it's crazy for Wusa. Something about white girl. His drug bars for Wusa are crazy. All I'm saying is, I think Slade dresses it up better. Although Eazy makes me believe it, you know what I'm saying, and it's like it hits like a real talk bar. I think Slade paints the picture better.
See,
So,
I would say the opposite because it's not that Easy makes me believe it more. I actually think I actually think Slade is makes it more believable, but it's not more exciting as believable. It's like
mm,
it's like having a movie with a shootout. How does a shootout really go versus a movie shootout? A movie shootout is gonna be more spectacular than a real shootout is not gonna be as spectacular. So
yeah,
when you look at Slade bars, it's like and he raps so well, it becomes this is weird, but follow me. It becomes kind of it's rapped so well sometimes it becomes like you don't appreciate it as much. Like he said the white girl in the tan. It was I had Christina Aguilera and Wanda Sykes, but the way the Wanda Sykes flowed, it was so perfectly like the bar, like it was like that was. But Easy got like clever bars. They're very clever, like damn, that was clever. And so does Slade. Listen, you're gonna find I'm picking Easy for a lot of these things. Be very clear. I'm a big fan of Kyd Slade. A big fan of Kyd Slade. Shout out to the seven. Peace to the gods. What I'm saying is Easy is the favorite, so it shouldn't be no surprise that I'm picking Easy for a lot of categories. Easy is the bigger, more experienced A side of the battle. So I mean, that's not to say that I don't think Kyd Slade has a chance. I'm not to say I'm not rooting for Kyd Slade, but there's not. You're gonna find a lot of my answers going to be Easy, but the reason for that is Easy has become the bigger star out of the two. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to
Well,
make
go ahead,
one
Small.
point. And I think this has to do with both the material and rapping, but especially with the drug talk. They both use a lot of imagery. I feel like that's what makes them, and I feel like Calico is someone else who's really good for this, but it's extremely detailed. They're trying to paint a picture for you. Like, and I think that the rapping ability helps kind of walk you through that. And that's what makes it more realistic and harder hitting. And that's something that I think they both share. And I believe when you share an aspect in the battle, that y'all both do good, it makes that shit look better. Like if I put two punchers versus each other, it's gonna make the punching look crazy because it's playing off each other. And I think the same thing with them, like for the lack of a better term, like literally painting their picture with their raps. I remember what's the pocket versus T top. You ever made it all fit in the coupe? Get the email from Enterprise because the door panels is
Look,
loose. And the whole way that he led up to that, or even it's kind of the 2-on-2, which was a disaster that they did on No Impact, where I forgot the exact setup. It was like they be saying, Coke so white. I don't know what's up with them. I need my shit with some fish scale. I need my shit with some colors in it, and just like putting imagery into the situation, and it's just I think that that's going to be a big part of both of their success in this battle. So
Okay, so drugs. Okay, just to go back, location is fair for both. Star power is Easy. Punching power, Slade. We all agree, except for Chael, but majority agrees. Drug talk, we all agree is Easy. Who got the leverage here?
I'll give it.
Okay. All right. So now we get to the very spicy, spicy next part. Angle. Who has the leverage on angles? I'm going to introduce something into the conversation. I'm not going to play it because I don't think the audio is going to translate well. But I was sent a video. I'm not going to say about who, anonymously, a video of Tay Rock saying that he felt like he wanted to rematch Slade without the angle, and that he also felt like he was in a bad place in his life with people giving him bad information, basically, and that he felt like Slade has shown himself to be a stand-up individual. So I'm gonna drop this video, or if you watch this video and you want to see the video that was sent to me, I'll post it. Actually, knowing my messy ass, I'm gonna post it anyway. So I'll post this video along with this entire conversation. But I want to ask y'all going into this angles, who has the advantage? I'm gonna start with Jay Smo.
There's no question. Easy the Block Captain has proven to be a better angler than Kyd Slade. It really hasn't even been a part of Kyd Slade's game like that, and that's like my biggest worry for him. And if I did have to make a prediction, I still want to give it time to marinate, but I would feel very comfortable. Like, I'd feel more comfortable, I should say, going easy 2-1 because there's going to be things to talk about. I don't think the whole battle is going to be taken up by like the main angles that have seemed to like, follow them for the last few years, but you're out your mind if you don't think they're going to talk about it. It would just be silly. And I also hate like, and we'll talk about it with like, the Rock and Slade thing and all that. Like, I hate when battlers try to announce like, I'm not going to use an angle, like use it or don't use it. But I think it sounds so fucking corny. Like, I'll beat you without mentioning this thing. That shit sounds dumb. And I just don't get it whatsoever. So that's not something I'm like, oh, I hope they just keep it to raps and don't. Why would I want them to handicap themselves? Rap about what the fuck you want to rap about. And you should be attacking each other at the highest level. So, but when it comes to breaking down angles, is there more shit to talk about with Eazy? Yeah. But in terms of executing, that's Eazy's bread and butter. I think he's one of the all-time best ever at angling. I think to this day, his battles, he angled down New Jersey Twerk. He just angled down. He done angled down Ill Will 3-0 body. So Calico Goods, regardless, he's too proven. That's what he's the best at, and that's the reason I'd pick him to win this battle. So that I think is by a lot. And Slade's got to show me something in that department. But Easy's way better.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm gonna go to Reese, and then let's go, Reese.
I agree with Shamo. I think it's pretty clear. Easy's a better angler. That's his lane. That's what he does. I feel like Slade really doesn't angle too much. He kind of just sticks to what he does the best. Leans on his pin and heavy punches, flow. And I think in this battle, I think Slade in a grudge match, you almost mandatory that you kind of step into that angle type of style for this. I don't want Slade to kind of veer away from what he does the best, but I think here you have to use angles at some point. But as far as just the two of them, easy, clear cut. That's what he's made his career off of. Just talking to people, angling. So easy.
Cheo, the floor is yours.
First, let me say this. I do agree with Shmo. I hate when battle rappers say they're not going to use a certain thing. I think the last time I saw was Danny Myers and Gorilla, and they both did what they said they wasn't going to do anyway. So it was like ridiculous. Right? Shout out to Danny Myers. Shout out to Gorilla. But let me defend myself against Shmo real quick. Not that it was an attack personally, but the angles are low hanging fruit in this battle. It's not because we don't like the angles. It's not because the angles can't be effective. And I'm assuming that there's going to be a big crowd, so you might get it off better against a more casual crowd. But however, it's fool's gold. You're going to go in there, and we're going to hear a bunch of rounds, like a whole round or 2 rounds or even 3 rounds of stuff we already heard ad nauseum. And it's like, even if you somehow get in your opera bag of being able to rehash old angles and make them fire, how much can you do that for? And how effective? Like, you got to ask what's the opportunity cost? You can either give us some really fire bars or you can give us some rehashed angles. And I'm telling you, if this becomes
like, why can't fire bars and the rehashed angles? Like, why just determined that just hasn't happened before it happened? I just watched Av do a pretty good fucking job of it in his first round versus Eazy. They say this is best round of the battle. We talked about Remy the whole fucking round.
Did you give him the round?
Yeah, I thought Av won the first versus Eazy by an edge. I think
a lot of people had it 3-0 though. I personally had Av in the first, but
all right. Fair enough.
Like, we can't just cancel. Like, if somebody does do, I agree. There's a risk in it, but I ain't going to discount it because we don't heard it because that's ridiculous. Like, how many?
I get it.
Has always been a part of battle.
It has, but in a battle like this, I'm just saying you got to ask yourself, how effective can I be? Mm-hmm. And when you got a killer left, like, you don't have to just keep going for the right. Like, you it's not like these are they're regular bars or they're quote unquote general bars. I don't even want to say general bars, but their non-angle bars are gonna be super fire, like fire. So you can't get it, you can't do it all. You can't do it all, right? Yes, it's not saying you can't do rehash angles and make it fire. I'm not even saying they can't bring up the elephants in the room. They can. I'm just saying just don't like drag it. I'm telling you, dragging it is going to be strategy is a big part of battle rap, and we talk about it sometimes, but we don't talk about it a lot. Little Lux is my favorite battle of all time. He lost to Aver because he took a terrible approach in that third round. That third round, and I knew everything he was talking about, but that wasn't the time, and that wasn't the. He took a whole round of something that was a minuscule part of the negotiations that most people are not even going to know about when you watch this 5 years from now. It's just like, yes, they can do the angles. Yes, I'm sure they can even make it fire, but they drag it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a misstep. And whoever and listen, we'll see if I hope it doesn't happen. So I hope I won't be able to prove that I'm right. But if it happens, and I'll bet $1 to a donut, it's not going to get the. It's not going to be like the highlight of the battle. Like we've seen it, especially with Eazy and with Slade. We get it. You're going to bring up that he told his brother, and all right, but like if they, I thought Av did a good job. I watched Suge versus Slade recently, just because I knew I was coming up here. And Suge had a great first round, and I think he won the third round. I thought his second was a little. I gave the second to Slade, and he kept pressing it. And he kept pressing it, but that was when it was like I think it was like maybe his second battle after Tay Rock, and Slade just took a whole round basically to explain what he already explained in enough interviews. Now that was new, so I get it. It was fresh to the Rock battle, but it was like he had to forfeit a round basically. Like he basically forfeited his first of like, listen, y'all, let me explain. And it's just like, I hope they don't go for the low hanging fruit. Could I be wrong? Of course I could, but I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't bet against. I'm telling you, if they end up making this a whole big thing, and Remy left you, and that's why she on the radio, and you are rat, and your brother, and the whole jerk, and it's just gonna be like a lot of people not even gonna. I'm telling you, just we'll see. I hope they don't. I hope they just get to rapping. But we'll see. But I get what you're saying, Shmo. I know I'm not saying you can't use angles. I'm not saying because somebody else used the angle first. I know Caps always says, I mean, I can't use the angle. Of course you can. But some angles have been driven to the ground, and it's like by the time it's just that way the cookie crumbles. It's like, how have we seen this movie a million times? It's like, so we'll see. We'll see. I'd rather them talk about their own personal shit. I mean, they got a whole history that from Gate to the Garden until now that I don't know about. So it's like, that's what I would rather see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me address that for a second. Okay, so there's two perspectives here. Perspective number one, with Eazy, Slade went on champion and he said he wasn't going to talk about the Papoose situation, that everybody loses a fight or whatever. He wasn't going to talk about Remy, you know what I'm saying? And and throughout the promo, he's been highlighting who Eazy was before all of this. If that's going to be your angle, that's going to be interesting. But if you do end up talking about the stuff you said you weren't going to talk about, it seems to me like those attack points are ineffective. You know what I mean? I think it's lost its power. I don't think people give a damn about the Remy stuff or the Papoose stuff. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. And if he finds a creative way to address it, cool. But I'm more interested in that approach of, based on the promo, of you talking about who Eazy was before the success, because a lot of us didn't really know him. So now you're going to give us something that we can tap into. Now on the Eazy side, I think one thing yes, you can go in there and harp on the angle, right? You can harp on this whole Slade angle and what your opinion as a street individual, your perspective on Slade's situation. I think that's interesting. But for me, I would ask, and I'm not a street individual by any means, but I would ask this: that if you cut your brother off for this thing that you're going to condemn Slade for, how can you cut your brother off but be rapping and getting this guy paid? So where does that add up at? You'll cut somebody else off, but you'll get in the ring and promote and get paid with this person. So those are the two, for me, those are the two spots where it's like, which direction are you going to go with the angle? Are you going to question, are you going to basically say, hey, you're standing here with me, so clearly you don't think that of me because you cut off your brother? Or on the other side, are you going to address the Papoose and Remy Ma stuff? Or are you going to say, hey, this is who you were This is my angle for you, who you were before. I knew you when we were coming up in the game, and you're so different now. I think the angles. I want to hear angles in this battle, no question. I'm just interested in which approach they're gonna take. Which angle are you going to choose? Because that determines how this battle goes. If, as Chael says, if you get up there and just regurgitate what we've already heard, you're not only going to ruin the battle, but there's a good chance you're going to lose too. But if you get up there and you address something, an angle that maybe we haven't heard, or a different perspective on the angles that we're talking about, I think this makes for a far more interesting battle that turns out to be really dope. That's
And
just
I do
me.
want to answer the question and say, I do think we all agree that Eazy the better angler. But I will say this:
100%.
I like what
100%.
Slade has been doing in the meta game of basically just saying you're not a cool kid. Eazy kind of hinted at it in the trailer. He's hinted at it in some of the interviews. Like basically, Slade wants to be me, and
Yeah.
he not. But Slade is
I
like,
like
I was
that angle.
already
I
me.
like that
I
angle.
like it too. But Slade is like, I was already me, and you really just you CB4 in it. Like you're CB4 in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
that interests me because they got a history. Like, I mean, we heard that already, but it's like they got a history. They came up, they both were unknown, and
Mm-hmm.
like, so
Mm-hmm.
listen. I'm here for the angles. I'm not saying I'm not here for the angles. I'm just saying, just don't go for the low hanging fruit and just think because you make a punch out of it, it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be like, all right.
Give
Like
us
if
some
you're,
interesting angles.
yeah, give us something to
Yeah.
rewatch and talk about and be like, damn, he
Yeah.
really made him look like a little boy, or he really,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the one thing people don't harp on, Easy has become lethal with the angling. Lethal. The character
yeah.
breakdown, and I love Av, but the character assassination he was doing against Av was phenomenal. Especially in that second. I was just looking at that battle like, oh, this is the Easy. This is old Easy. This is crazy. Like
Gonna
he's
have a
become
match like that versus Slade though, and it's gonna include some shit we don't know about
man.
here, but it's gonna
Man.
include some of that shit that we do know about too. So I'm just saying, like, what's Slade gonna do in the face of that? Because it might be the best version of these angles he's ever heard.
Man, if he get in that bag, Easy.
The
Hey,
twerk
he's
battle
gotten.
was just hitting. The twerk battle is all about that shit. It was just hitting last year,
Yep.
and like
Mm.
that's years removed. So like
Even
clearly,
Swamp, when he
you
attacked
do it at a
Swamp
high level,
on certain things, he did a
do it at
phenomenal
a high
job
level,
too.
bro. You do it at a high level. I don't
Yeah,
want Kyd
yeah.
Slade to think. I don't want either of them to think, oh, we're just gonna rap. Fuck no.
Nah,
I
this is
get you. I get
strategy.
you. I get you. I just, I'm just clarifying. Not that I don't want them to angle. I just hope they don't. I just hope I can go away where I just let me down. Like
We just hope it's
I'll give you a quick
interesting angle.
analogy. Really quick analogy. When Reed
Mm-hmm.
battled Mook and Mook battled Reed, that's a battle we always wanted to see for years and years and years. They spent
Mm-hmm.
most of the battle talking about. They spent most of the battle talking about them instead of rapping. Like
And shit we knew nothing about.
right,
Like,
instead of just
yeah.
rapping about, let's not be able to say who's the better rapper. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you're rapping about the meta, but we now you hit just get to rapping. Let's see who's the better rapper, and it turned out to be a terrible battle. But I mean, I'm not saying that that's the case with this, but I'm just giving you an example of how you can rap about the you can skip rapping and just start telling us like a narrative in your rounds, and the narrative take up the whole battle. And it's just like, all right, I don't even know who raps better, Mooka, Reed. They spent 3 rounds just talking about the talking abouts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I also hope Slade has some, not overdoing it, but some decent counter writing. Like
Right.
not too much though. Don't spend too much time, but just have something. Don't go in there just relying on your excellent rap ability, your excellent flow pockets, and all that. You better have something to retort, because if he gets up there and he's harping on something and you don't say nothing, it's gonna look crazy on cam. But Slade is incredible, Eazy is incredible, but angling, I think Eazy got this by a landslide. The next round is real talk. Real talk. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna start it off and just say I got Eazy in this category because there's real life bars that Eazy has that always hit me. Like every round, every battle he's had something that he said where I was like, oh damn, like that hit home. You know what I'm saying? Especially I don't trust none of you niggas. I talk to myself if I need a friend. That
Mm.
like he had one against Verb. He said something like a lot of people dead to me. They still here, but no, he said some
Zombie
people are
is
still here, but they're the zombie bar. A lot of people still, but they're dead. A lot of people still living, but they're dead to me. Crazy. Eazy just has those real talk. He always has something that just leaves you feeling like, damn, that was real. And that's what made me such an Easy fan. So I think I got Easy in this category. Smo, where we at?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the same with the drug talk, though. It's hard to say one is truly better than the other, but if I got to go by pedigree, I'm gonna go by the guy that's more cemented, and that's why in this battle, the pressure's gonna be more on Slade because it's not passing of the torch isn't the right word, but it's like if you do your numbers in this one, you're one of us. Like you're up here, kind of like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
might be top
Right.
tier. I'm not saying the battle's gonna make him that. It takes more than just that, but like that's the doors that it opens up, but he's got to prove it by beating. He's beat a couple people in the club, the T tops to this, but Easy's a prime top five, debatably pound for pound star in the game right now. It's a different level
Mm.
that you're punching at here. And in the situation, all eyes are on you. So I'm gonna always edge these things to Easy when I think it's even, because that's the respect you get when you're the more proven, the more storied. But that's why Slade's in this battle, and if he wins, then you revisit this and you're like, well, maybe he was better at that, or maybe he was better at that right now. But we got to see it to believe it first, though.
Damn. Reese, what we doing?
Again, I don't think it's a wrong answer here. But I'm gonna lean towards Easy. Is just you've been doing this at a on a higher scale for a longer period of time. So I'm going to lean towards Easy. And like you said, he has that. It's a lesson in every bar. He kind of leaving with
Man.
something every
Yeah.
battle. And just to give you one of them bars that stood out to me, him versus Chess, when he said if it wasn't for your status on Smack, you wouldn't be able to speak to me like that, shit like that.
Talk heavy.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Easy. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we go into this battle and Slade, you know, talks to Easy a little slightly more. I wouldn't be surprised, but just prediction wise, I'm gonna lean towards Easy.
Whew. Cheo, the floor is yours. Real talk.
Just,
Who got it?
just respect me in public, and in public is where we talk about it.
Mm.
I don't get no
Let's
realer than
go.
that. It
Yeah.
don't get no
Yeah.
realer than that. Like
Yeah.
it's just a different listen, man. Again, I know there's gonna be Kid Slade fans watching this, and I know there's gonna be people of the culture who are not Easy fans watching this, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, Chael's Ehive." Listen to me. I'm just calling it for what it is, and we do have a clear A side to the B side. It doesn't mean that there's no chance for Kid Slade to win, but you're gonna, like I said, I'm sounding like a broken record. Easy got a lot of real talk. Easy used to do something. He don't do it anymore. But I used to notice this because it always resonated with me. You could. I'm not good with quoting bars, but you can look at his T-top battle for sure, and the Danny battle, and a few other battles. He used to always talk from the perspective of the OGs tricked us, and based like a lot of his raps was about like we always I always all those it used to always resonate me watching like the OGs put us on dummy missions or they had us doing things and I thought like a lot of like betrayal from people that should have known better looking out for him, and I always thought that was a lot of realness in that because you do get a lot of people that's older than you when you in the game and in the life, whatever life, just hustling, gang bang, or whatever. And as you get older, you look back and be like, yeah, man, they was really winding us up like toy soldiers, so to speak. And it's like that always resonated with me as real talk. And it was a running motif in his early battles. He don't really do it as much anymore, but he used to do it a lot in a lot of his battles earlier on. And that was always like it's just a realness to that. But then you got rhymes like Schmo and Reese already alluded to the Enterprise and the Door Loose, like stuff like that. You stuff like that. You gotta, even if you exaggerate a little bit, it's like you had to go through something like that, and it's like,
Hmm.
ooh, it's like it's creative, but it's like, damn, that's more realistic. You know what I mean? Like that's real. But we talking about that real talk though, that life lesson talk. I think Easy definitely got the edge, but definitely got the clear advantage in that category.
All right. So before we get to the crowd bit, I'm just gonna go around the room and everyone's gonna be honest about their prediction. We've had some dope conversations. It seemed like everybody heard everybody's points. I think we have enough information gathered that we can decide definitively where we stand. And this is a tough battle to call. So if you're undecided, I won't accept it, but I understand you feeling that way. Here we go. So I'm gonna start with Reese. Reese, Easy to block captain versus Kid Slade. Who wins?
I'm gonna go with Easy. I know I was, pretty harsh on some of the things I might have said earlier in this episode, but that just goes to show I just know it's a higher level that I know Easy can reach. He's more than capable of it, and we just want to see him more. I just want to see him more dominant in this battle than he has been.
Okay, okay, okay. Chael, Easy to Block Captain versus Kyd Slade. Who wins?
Listen, smart money's on Easy. A lot of upset money's on Slade. I say the keys to victory for Easy is very simple. Do what you normally do. Bark on them. Use all your vet moves, your star power as far as playing to the crowd and make him uncomfortable. Make him look like a shell of himself. He don't belong here. As far as the technicalities of rapping, if Easy does his raps the way he always does, high conviction, punchlines, heavy punchlines, it should be a win that it should be a clear win. Key to victory for Slade, he got to just maintain in the face of any adversity, and he got to be able to woo the crowd back. I'm sure he's going to have the crowd with him at some point. You got to be able to withstand that and then woo the crowd back and not fold under that pressure. As far as that, he got to get in his bag of just controlling the narrative about Easy not really like what he portrays and really see before him. With that being said, for my personal prediction, I really got and this is not an easy decision.
That's a
I
tough
really got I really see because I've gone back and forth. I've had both of them at one point, just so you
Yeah,
know.
me too. Me too.
Um, I s- uh, I see this is gonna be. I see this is gonna be.
It's only two battlers. I just
I
want to.
know.
Take your
I'm
time.
gonna tell
Like you
you
got us
this.
on edge
I'm
right
gonna tell you
now.
what I'm hung
Pick
up on.
one,
I
Chael.
really feel. I don't want it to be true. I really feel like this battle is gonna get away from Slade in the second. I really feel like
Oh.
it's gonna get away from him in the second. Remember, I said that the second round. That I feel
Okay.
like it's gonna get away from him, especially if
Mhm.
Easy goes first. If Slade win the coin toss, he go first. Obviously, he gonna make Easy go first. I feel like Easy gonna have one of them rounds, and then another round, and then it's gonna be like he can't get the crowd back. And if he don't, it's gonna make the third. If he get away, I feel like it can get away from him in the second, and I don't want that to be true. I don't want that to happen. But I feel like it's gonna run away from him. I feel like it's
You
gonna be
got
a close
easy. Just
first.
say it.
I got
Just say it,
easy. I got
Chael.
easy. I got easy. I got easy. I got easy. I got
I knew
easy.
it.
I got easy. I got easy. I got easy. And I hate to say this, man. I
All
got
right, all right.
easy. It is gonna. I'm gonna tell you what I got him. I'm gonna tell
Okay.
you what I got him. I got easy.
Second and third.
I got easy with a gentleman's.
Oh,
Mm.
I got easy with a
Mm.
gentleman's.
what?
I know. I've been wanting this
You out of
battle
line.
forever.
Oh man.
If
You out of
Easy
line.
wins, if Easy wins, it's gonna be a gentleman's. If Slade
Oh
wins,
my
it's gonna be if Slade wins, it's gonna be first and third. Excuse me,
Jesus.
second and third. Second and third.
Jesus. Okay,
Second and
Smoke.
third.
The
Second and
floor is
third.
yours. Smoke. God.
Yeah, no, I got Easy 2-1 edge. I think
Mhm.
it's close in a lot of ways. I wouldn't be surprised if it leans towards being a debatable battle, especially because they actually have so many similarities as battlers that like if two guys are doing something at the highest level and it's the same thing, it gets very preferential for those that like if you just like Kyd Slade more as a battler and he's doing real talk, drug talk, the whole nine at 100, and then flip side for Easy is doing the same thing. Like I could see it playing that way, but then if I have to pick someone, I'm going off the more proven one. Like Slade's the one that has to kind of like
Mm.
beat the champ in this situation or take someone out of this level. Now he's beat other top tiers and had some really good showings, but this is a different like this is the biggest battle of his career up to this point, and he's going to have to go out and earn it, in my opinion, for us to just for me to just flat out say he's going to win a battle in this biggest setting. This is his first time doing this. This is like Easy's sixth, seventh, and he's really won more of them than he's lost. He beat Calico on SM. He's beat Hitman Holla, and more importantly, when he stepped down his comp and he's battled classmates or like the Swamp, what I'm saying, matchup, the Av matchup that people thought might be below him in a sense. Those are two results that very clearly went his way, in my opinion. The Av battle's a bit closer, but and now the Slade battle of the newest era, the least proven of any of his opponents in some time, the least experienced. It would be disrespectful for me to predict against Easy with all the shots he's had, reps he has in this situation. But I'm such a believer in Slade that he definitely can win. I just haven't seen enough where I feel comfortable predicting him to win. Like I feel like that goes against the pedigree and the other legend across from him.
So you have Eazy as well.
Yeah, I got Eazy 2-1.
So everybody in here got Eazy. Okay, let me have the floor. Eazy the Block Captain has proven himself an impeccable opponent. You know what I'm saying? This is our third time working together. I think Suge got the best of him, 2-1. I think he beat Av 2-1, and this is the tiebreaker. Eazy has, in my opinion, with each showing gotten better and better and kind of mastered his craft. We haven't seen the Eazy to battle chess in a long, long time, but we've seen some very good variations of Eazy to Block Captain. I think going into this battle, you're facing an opponent who punches better than you. You're facing an opponent who is more likable than you. That does matter in battle rap. You're facing an opponent who, in that setting, people probably are more accustomed to his style of rapping than yours, especially in New York City. So you got some factors going against you, but nothing compares to what Kyd Slade is facing. Slade, this is the tide turner. You was on your way to being that star. You had all of us believe in you. The Tay-Rock battle shifted your momentum. It knocked you off your pivot. You got back on your feet, which is what real champions do. But this is the real defining moment right here. This is where you prove you can beat high caliber battlers. And that matters the most, because if you can't beat these guys, they're going to keep you tucked away in that mid-tier section that a lot of battlers, a graveyard site, respectfully, that a lot of battlers have ended their careers at. You have to overcome this hump right here. Pause if necessary. And we in New York City, so I'm going to pause it. But you have to overcome this. You have to go in there, beat this man clearly. You have to be completely unrattled by anything he says. You have to go in there and prove you're the better battler. And that's very difficult to do because you're not a better angler than he is. He's got you beat by a landslide with the angles. So you have to be able to circumvent the angle, be unfazed, and also rap better and make us look at him differently from what we look at him. You got to paint a picture of him just being some bozo who lucked up in so many ways, and it's going to be very difficult to do because you're on his league. He's got one of the baddest women in the game saying his name. You know what I'm saying? There's too many accolades to name. His resume is impeccable. He did an incredible job at URL, turned around and built his own league, which is also doing incredibly well, cultivated talent. You're up against a monolith, Slade. If you can overcome all of this, then you'll show that you deserve to go to the next level and continue your path to superstardom as you were supposed to. But if you come out of this battered and bruised and beaten, you finna be battling in them small rooms forever, respectfully. Slade, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I got you 2-1. Edge. But all signs point to Eazy winning this battle clearly, unfortunately. All signs point to Eazy winning this.
What is it? Are you making a prediction or are you giving a motivation speech?
Slade, I know you're going to see this, Slade. 7, this is your time. This is turning into 007, respectfully.
Can I ask a question?
Mission Impossible. Cheo, the floor is yours.
I'm asking y'all a question, so I need the floor. Have you ever seen Slade with a comeback victory? Like, have you ever seen him down early and then come back? I'm genuinely asking.
Av. I think he edged the first with Av, and then Av's second was monumental. I don't think there was anything he could have done with Av's second. And some people might have even edged Av the first, respectfully. But I think in that second, he was down, so he knew he had to shorten his second, and then he put everything he had into that third to barely edge the third. So I've seen him do it.
I think you could debate, and maybe I'm in the minority with this, but I thought you could debate that he beat Suge, and that was on the stage too. But I thought Slade was very, very good in the second and third round versus Suge.
You out on a limb with that one, respectfully.
Yeah.
I thought
Suge was talking filthy.
You're right about the second. He definitely beat Suge that second, but it was a clear. The first was like a knockout. The first was like a knockout.
Disgusting. The
well,
first
I'm saying though, but that's you talk about it because when I think of comeback, you talk about they down in the first. And then
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But you're right. You know what? You're right. You're right. You know what it is? I really thought I was coming here picking Slade. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I've been wanting to see this battle. I've been a fan of Slade. I've been recognizing he got the star power. I've been watching more Slade lately, and before this battle and for this particular this podcast today. But I've been watching more of his battles lately. I just watched his Suge battle yesterday. I'm noticing that he does shrink at times, and it's not often. I'm not saying it's half the time; it's most of the time. I'm worried that it's going to happen in this battle, and if it does, he's not going to recover. That's what I'm really thinking. That's what I really feel. Like I really feel like, and I don't know if I'm just overanalyzing because you know when you're known for being the best analyst in the rap game, you got to really make sure you keep up that it's like a constant battle. But I don't want it to be like I seen it. I keep seeing. I was watching a lot of the battles, and all the battles that I felt like he lost. That's what happened to him, and I can see that crowd just getting out on him. I can't. Sometimes you see people fight back in the battle. Like fight back, Danny Myers, T Top, Swamp. You saw Young L do it against Chef Trez. I don't see that dog in him when it's not going in his way. I don't see that dog in him when it's not going. And I feel like it could get crazy. It could get crazy.
It will get crazy. It will get crazy. Now, bear in mind, there's some intangibles that we're not talking about. Eazy's not letting anybody in that he don't rock with. 1. 2, there's a tournament happening before the battles even happen. So that means that all them boys are trying to get signed to the trenches. They're going to be like this. They're taking a vow of silence while Slade rapping. Now, there's going to be a couple of us that are in there, you know, all the Connecticut niggas and all the, you know, Spaces people and all that are there as just fans that'll react. But a good portion of the room is not going to say nothing while Slade rapping. There's that. Then the third and final intangible is that Slade sometimes decides to go into battles and just raps and doesn't give a goddamn what his opponent is doing. And I don't think this is the battle to do that. But he could end up deciding to do that, and that shit will not work in your favor, brother. It will not work in your favor. So there's some intangibles here. It's mission impossible for Slade. 007 got to show up for this. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say Kyd Slade 2-1. But it's all signs point to Eazy winning this in a beautiful fashion.
I hope it's like what Shmo and Reese said. I hope it's a debatable. I hope it's classic. I always wanted this battle. It's funny. I got less confidence after watching more, and I'm a big. I know it doesn't sound like it. I'm a big Slade fan. I really am. Like I think he fired. I thought.
Final question. What does it mean? What does it mean if Kyd Slade wins this battle? What does it mean? Cheo, you start off.
I think I actually, I know I'm in the minority. I actually got Kyd Slade already being top tier. I think this is solidified. Just getting this battle. I know.
Hey, what are we doing? If everybody's top tier, then what does top tier even mean?
Everybody's not top tier.
Like,
everybody's not top tier. I hate people say that. Like I just said, everybody.
I think you could say he has top tier talent, but I don't think.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm saying that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it again. Talent, resume, draw. He has the talent for sure. His resume has improved.
You're booking a big card with Kyd Slade as the A side? Are you booking a big card with Kyd Slade as the A side? No, you're not.
You can't.
Well, how big are we saying? Are you saying Summer Madness, or are we just saying can he main event?
Big card. WTBL URL is Kyd Slade the A side on a big card? No.
I don't think you don't have to be an A side to be top tier though. You don't have to be an A side. That's a disingenuous question. You're not going to catch me with that.
So how do we quantify?
You don't have to be A side to be top tier. You don't have to be. You can be B side to top tier. Top tier means you are literally at the top of your of the game in resume, talent, and draw. He has draw. I think this is solidifying. This is going to be a major card, major main event. His resume has Twerk, Tay-Rock, T-Top, Eazy to block.
I mean, come on. Those battles go though. Like you say, his resume has.
I'm about to tell you. Okay. Resume. I know that you can just rack up names, but when you racking up names and you have the draw and you have the talent, it's not just one thing. When you got those three, that's always gonna be my formula for tiers. Resume, talent, and draw. That's everything encompassing. I think that is fair. He's not a mid-tier battler. He's not a low-tier battler. He's just not.
I might agree with Frank on this one. I feel like everybody who is top tier was an A side at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Big card. On a big card.
All right, watch this. Is Loso top tier?
So who?
Loso.
Nah.
Oh, shit.
See? I listen, I can't say you lying. You from Jersey, so I ain't gonna go against you. Loso, I'm gonna say Loso is a. Go ahead, Shmo.
Analogy, because it's like there be guys like Loso, Jerry West. I think Snake entered this category. It's like guys in the NBA that make the All-Star game a couple of times. Like Chris Middleton, dead nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, look at Chris Middleton the way I look at Kawhi Leonard, but they both all-stars. So I get what you mean, where it's like they've done more where I can't just say, oh, Loso just a regular mid-tier. He done made gnomes, he done this, he done that, he got pieces of history. But I kind of got to agree, there has to be a strict line in battle rap where, like, I think you might think those guys high-ranked mid-tiers. They some Hall of Fame mid-tiers. Loso has had some top-tier looking moments, battles or years, but it's about doing it over an extended period, and that's why I got like
mid-tiers.
Bro, you gotta be to use Smo's analogy. If you make an all-star, you don't gotta go to the Hall of Fame to make an all-star and be considered at that moment in time a top-tier talent in the NBA.
We don't got that kind of structure in battle rap where I could somehow give a word to honor them with, but I gotta keep it real. Like they've done some really good shit in their career. But Loso to me is not a top-tier battle rapper. I feel like he called multiple shots. My bad, Loso. But him, the Jerrys, and then honestly, like kids. Here's the thing though with Kyd Slade, I'm gonna be real. The jury's kind of out with like some of those other guys we talked about. They got 10 years in front of like big lights from when they broke out, and they done battled everyone. They're damn near there. Out. The book is definitely not closed on Kyd Slade. Kyd Slade do this the right way. He
and the Rex battle the right way.
Now we
have a conversation.
And then a lot of times we don't realize somebody there till they've been there. With Fonz, people are just after he beat John, like, oh, Fonz might be top tier. Yo, you know that's like his fourth now. That's like
that's what I'm about to say. But that's why we're up here, because we know this. And what I'm saying is this very simple. Kyd Slade was mid-tier recently, but if you look at his just the accumulation of what he's done in the last 2 years, in the last year, until right now, including right now, main event in the Trenches anniversary with Eazy the Block Captain, who Frank just alluded to as the top 5 talent in the game. That all combined, and the question is if he wins, right? So you're saying if he wins, I think it's I don't know why we get this. A lot of battle rap fans do this. I've argued about this. Seem like every month. I don't know why we hold on to like this door where we just don't let anybody in top tier, and they all say the same. You can't let everybody in. No one's letting everybody in.
Nowadays they be letting everybody in. I'm seeing people put J2 in top tier, Snake Eyes in top tier.
But a top tier, see. But listen to this.
Top tier. I mean, like, god damn, bro.
But listen to this. A top tier just means you're a name in this time. If we look at the 2023 to 2026 time period, J2 might be a top tier in this stuff. I know I'm gonna get a bunch of comments at the bottom of this. Listen to what I'm saying. All right, you know what?
We gotta make this. Yo, this shit
is this our?
It's not the Hall of Fame of battle rap,
so it should be hard to be the best.
To make top tier does not mean you're the Hall of Fame of battle rap.
Is this hot take? Because I got to preface if it's hot. If we're doing hot take, like what's going on right now?
I'm gonna end it like this. You don't listen to what I'm saying. You're comparing what you feel about people from 15 years ago to right now. So because you got a nostalgia and of a Hitman and Tay-Rock, and you got these nostalgia, but in this time right now, they are the top tiers of what's going on right now. They're the top tier of the culture right now.
I think if you're battling their way to top tier, but I don't think they've got it.
All right, watch this. I'll end it like this. Who's top tier right now? Just give me 3 names.
That's newer or just in general?
That's newer. Or matter of fact, you don't gotta give me 3 names. Give me 1 name of the last person that graduated into top tier.
Av.
Fuck, what's wrong with you? That's the
last. Av is top tier.
When you think he did that recently?
I'm saying like the closest to.
That's the most recent. So in other words, a while. So I'm assuming that's a long time ago.
I'd say like real sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say real sick and Swamp.
Okay.
Hold on. Is Real Sick getting booked on a big card?
I was going to say that. I was going to catch him with that.
Real Sick is not A-side on a big card.
I was going to say that too. I agree with Schmo. I think Real Sick is top tier.
Has God tier talent, but he hasn't reached it yet.
Like, let's say
a lot of people are on their way.
If you could throw Real Sick versus let me think of a battle. Like when it's Real Sick and Illmatic.
Real Sick versus T-Top?
Real Sick versus T-Top. At this moment in time, T-Top historically is more, but people probably more excited to see Real Sick going into that battle, bro. Like he really like.
Yeah, but he's not going
to go into a battle. You would never say this. You wouldn't say, "Oh, T-Top's giving Real Sick a shot," which means they're high level now, bro. Like he's not that no more.
But is he A-side? Is he A-side, brother?
A-side is not intrinsic to being top tier.
Is
no, it doesn't.
No, Eunice is mid tier.
Is Eunice top tier?
Great. He's doing great, but he's mid tier.
No, he's not.
I think he's doing fantastic, but he's mid tier.
And let me be clear. Let me just be clear. Let me say this.
I don't think anyone's gotten graduated into top tier since.
That's my point. That's my point.
That's what I think.
If you make 4 straight noms or 3 straight SMs, bro, you can't for 4 years in a row be like, oh, he wasn't the A side. Like, bro, he keeps coming here, bro, with somebody else to the dance every year.
And how are they doing? The good thing that one thing y'all love to do in this generation, y'all love to say
got down on the big stage.
Yeah, and how did that go? He got mollywopped by Tay-Rock. Y'all always forget how it happened. Y'all love to say
he definitely lost to
but y'all don't talk about. He's won one time on a big stage. No, one time.
Disaster. No, you're lying, bro. He's been on there 3
That's
times.
not
He
true.
beat Disaster. Name the other times he's been on a big stage.
He's been on vacation. He got that ass whooped.
He lost.
Disaster, and then he lost to Tay-Rock. And then him and Ilmac
he had a good one with Pat Stay.
Lost to Pat Stay. Lost to Tay-Rock.
The Pat Stay battle.
He lost to Pat, but it was a great battle.
He took Ilmac in front of 400 to 500 people in Houston. Am I lying or am I flying? Was that not on Apollo?
Ilmac, what league was that on? That was Apollo?
TBL, yeah.
Okay.
But
was that a big stage? Was that on stage? I'm trying to remember.
That was a big card. That was a big card.
It was a big card.
That was a big card. You're playing semantics. You're playing semantics, Frank.
It was a pit battle. So
it doesn't matter. It was a big.
So as I said, on big stage battles, he's won one time.
No, don't talk over the facts. He battled on a stage versus A-Board, Blackout 8, an elevated platform where you look down on the audience, and that's what you want to be technical about. Blackout 8.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
no, but first of all, he had 1 stage 2 seconds ago. Now he got 6. Get the fuck up out of here, man.
Okay,
you're proving my point. You're both
two. You named two. And was
I like this part. I like this. Reese. This is what we do in the YouTube streets, Reese. This is how it goes in the YouTube streets. Usually it's live and the chat will be cooking people right now.
Wait. We did get everybody's
Frank just lied with confidence. He just said the man got 1 stage battle. He got 6.
No, I didn't say he had 1 stage battle. I said he won one time. I said he won one time. No,
you didn't say that. You didn't say that. Then you play semantics games with the Apollo card.
Y'all just love Real Sick, and I get it.
Listen, Real Sick is top tier to me.
He's top tier to me.
I think he's got God tier talent.
No,
I won't argue.
This is my point. This is my point, and I always use this, and you just proved it. I always tell people, when the last time you saw, the newest top tier that you said, all right, now he's top tier. They always go back. You said Av. Av's been top tier for like.
Actually, now I think about it, Fonz.
When did that happen around for you? A year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago?
John. I think John was the one. Although you could argue maybe Nitty, maybe I don't know, but I think John was when he.
How long ago was that? I'm old. You got to remind me. How long?
I was like, what, 2 years? That was 2 years ago. No, 2 years.
John was about a year ago.
A year ago. Okay.
Yeah. See, Fonz being top tier a year ago is not accurate to me. It's not accurate.
You admit, like, we watching every battle though, so we seeing what's happening, but then it got to hit the public. When he bodied John there, granted, he did the same shit to Suge and Houston on SM. That's for me when it got real, or when he beat Geechee on Gnome. Like, he did shit, but when he did to John in a grudge match, dominant like that, you said, you know what, you've been doing this 3 to 4 years at this level.
That's my point.
Anybody can pop out for a year, average 28. Averaging 28 for half a decade hit different, bro. Like that's what we talk about.
Listen, even if y'all don't agree,
the fact that the Kyd Slade is not top tier is what we're all agreeing.
All right. Well, even if the question was, what does it do for him if he beats Eazy? And all I was prefacing to say was, I really do feel like he's top tier, but it would be definitely if he goes in main events and beats Eazy, that this is top tier. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I think Eazy and Rex or those types of battles, he goes in there and does what he's supposed to do. And I don't even think he has to win. He just has to like show that he belongs.
Winning isn't intrinsic to being top tier. That's what you were trying to make a point 2 minutes ago. See how I do that? You know, I'm paying attention.
No, you're the greatest analyst ever.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Go ahead, Smo. Go ahead.
I would just say, I do think it could potentially make Kyd Slade top tier. I think it's that type of situation, and winning isn't maybe downright because it's so debatable. But every top tier got a couple signature W's though. Like most of the
Mhm.
sport debatable, so it's not always about that. But we're not going to act. There's been a lot of talk of winning or losing doesn't matter. I don't know if I've ever seen Surf get the amount of praise he got when he just beat the shit out of three people in a row. All he talked about is beating the shit out of three people in a row and what it is to be a winner and how winners win. Now all of a sudden winning don't matter. Very funny. But that's besides the point. Like I think every guy that makes it got a couple battles they can hang their hat on. This needs
Yeah.
to be one of those battles, or could be one of those battles. You ain't gonna say he won all of them, but you'll be like, man, he beat the shit out of the T top. He had that
Hmm.
crazy ass battle. You know what I'm saying? He's
Hmm.
got a couple other beat Cortez and all that
Hmm.
win versus Easy. And so
Hmm.
that's it's about having a couple, three or four ones with like, nah, that time though, he didn't leave it up for debate that night. Anyone could tell you. So we'll see. And for Easy, it's another really good win. When you're on this side of it, like it adds to what's an already he's just climbing all time ranks at this point. Is he top? Is he
Yeah.
one of the 30 best you've seen? Is he one of the 20 best you've seen? With every win, let's say he beats a Nitty next. Is he one of the 15, 10 best? That's all
Easy
he.
might be top five if we keeping it a bean.
Oh, yeah, oh, no, 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 okay.
All time?
I don't
Might
want to.
be. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
That's
Easy.
no.
that's
I don't
ridiculous.
know.
All
Yeah,
Is
time
that's
that
is
crazy?
ridiculous. Yeah, that's
Is that
crazy.
yeah, that's
for
crazy. All
sure?
time, it's
That's
insane.
crazy.
No, but like just
Hey,
me
I'm just
being
putting it
on
out there.
camera is gonna make me die in that comment, and that's not okay. Like I'm gonna get blamed.
Word.
Smo was on the panel and let him say Easy was top 10 ever. How could you let it? You don't know shit.
I mean,
Word.
active. You can say active and have a better argument. I don't even know, but
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, yeah, I think active. I think active is a more
mm,
realistic for sure. But he's up there, man. I think Easy's doing the incredible, and I think after he finishes giving y'all these, the culture wants battles, I think he needs to turn his attention to you know who. But that's a story for another day. Go ahead,
wow.
Reese. What does this mean
Uh,
if Slade wins this?
I agree. This is a career defining battle for Slade, because I just feel like, if you get a win here, what could possibly come after,
Yeah,
summer madnesses and gnomes and stuff. I feel like
yeah,
if you take a clear loss here, that might be out the window. But
hmm
at least if you win this battle, you'll have the fans advocating for you to get on the card like summer madness. Or it might even be a no brainer at this point if he does get a clear W over Easy in a
hmm
situation.
I agree. That's a very good point. And to that point, Slade should Slade be on Summer Madness at just to this point, like regardless of how
Oh,
the
without a
outcome of this
matter.
battle is,
Without a
100
doubt, and the only
without a
reason
doubt.
that the only reason that he might not end up on Summer Madness is if it's maybe too close in date to the event. I think that's the
To the
only
easy
thing
route.
that I could
Mhm.
think of that would
Yeah.
stop. If it's a scheduling conflict, that's one thing because we don't want to rush in either. But if you get Gnomes or SMs or if Gnome, whichever one comes first or happens later in the year, I thought he
Hmm.
should have been on both this year. So I'd like to see him on
Yeah.
this
Mm.
Gnome and this. But
Yeah.
he's a
Mm.
star, bro. That's the type of guy like it's so rare, like Keo was saying, that they really let people through the door to consistently make Gnomes and SMs and shit like that. So
Yeah.
when he's there,
Yeah.
send him to the moon, bro. We need fresh
Yeah.
matchups. We need
Mhm.
on the card. We need Kyd Slade to go on SM and then give performance of the night over there. So we can
Yeah.
just talk about it. And then we can
Yeah.
book the Cat as
Yeah.
a main event somewhere and him and Good
Yeah.
and just keep it going. So
Yeah. Him and Rex. Yeah. Yeah.
move,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, all
Him
that.
and Goods. Him and
Mhm.
Goods needs to happen, man. I love him and
Yeah, I
Goods.
like that
Doing this
battle.
shit, send him to the moon. There's an alternate timeline where Kayshawn still battle raps and I want him and Slade. So it's a million
Man, that would be
things.
crazy.
But I think I hope he does make it and I hope he keeps overperforming. So
That's real. Well, I think I've taken up enough of y'all time. Gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. This was an incredible and passionate discussion. It's amazing to see all y'all have Easy while I got Slade, but we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully, we'll reconvene after the battle, and it'll be an interesting conversation as well. If y'all want to plug y'all respective platforms before we get out of here, I'm going to start with J Smoke. J Smoke, go ahead.
J Smo reviews, just like the name here, man. Up on Twitter for battle updates, day of, making mid tiers mad. Whatever there's something for everybody, man. And then also J Smo reviews the channel, where we break down everything, battles, history, got some other topics and different ideas on the way. So there's something for everybody if you like battle rap content, man. Go subscribe.
100%. J Smo, if you like any content on this channel, is inspired by J Smo. J Smo's the GOAT. 100%. Reese, talk to the people.
Again, I'm Reese Mack, host of Glorified Fans podcast. Tap in with us. We got more episodes dropping soon. I just released a track featuring myself, Miss Hustle, and Mallory X called Back Outside. Go stream that on all platforms. Definitely trying to push female battle rap forward as well as the male. So I guess besides that, I got another one with with Shotgun Suge and Tay Rock called Big Dog. Go stream that as well.
Fire. I love what y'all doing. And for those of y'all watching, they do in-person interviews. They got a great interview with Mallory. I think Holmesy's up there too. Y'all did the interview with
Yeah,
Holmesy.
Holmesy's up
It's
there.
it's
Triller
it's some read
Jones,
the Arsenal one, the
Arsenal.
Chiller one,
Yeah,
Tay Rock. They have an incredible library. Make sure y'all tap in. Glorified Fans is doing amazing things and mixing the music with it. I think makes it even more amazing. So salute to everything y'all doing the Glorified Fans podcast. Cheo,
appreciate you.
plug whatever you want to plug, brother.
Hey, listen, man, I'm just happy to be up here with these professionals, man. But I love talking battle rap blogs, but I'm not a blogger. Um, um, so make sure y'all like and subscribe and leave comments because you want to stay in that algorithm of battle rap analysis over drama. Even though it's gonna happen. Make sure y'all vote for Wody. You can find the links, I'm sure, on Vixen or Coffee Brown or Eon or any of your favorite female battle rappers. X, the link will be in the bio or go to Jay Black's channel. And yeah, man, this is dope. Salute to everybody up here. Appreciate y'all.
All right, fellas, y'all have a great evening. Salute.
All right, man.